Everyone talks about strikers, the goals, the highlights, the superstars. But World Cups are rarely won up front. They're won here, in midfield. Control the midfield, and you control the tournament. And heading into the 2026 World Cup, there are several nations fighting for that control. Spain, England, France, Portugal, Brazil, Argentina, but statistically, only one midfield may stand above the rest. To find out which team truly has the strongest midfield at the World Cup, we looked at chance creation, ball progression, press resistance, defensive work, technical quality, and overall balance. And the deeper the numbers go, the more interesting the debate becomes. Round 1. Creativity. When it comes to creativity, Spain immediately enters the conversation. Few midfielders in world football control tempo like Pedri. Rodri dictates the rhythm of entire matches, and Spain consistently ranks among Europe's elite in possession retention and progressive passing. In fact, during major international competitions and qualifiers, Spain has consistently dominated possession against top-level opposition, but Portugal may actually be the most complete midfield at the entire tournament. Vitinha, Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, João Neves, technically elite, aggressive without the ball, and capable of switching from controlled possession to devastating transitions in seconds. Vitinha, especially, has become the foundation of this midfield. Few players in Europe progress the ball more efficiently under pressure. Portugal doesn't just control games, they can completely change the speed of a match. Then there's England. England's midfield combines power, athleticism, and technical quality in a way few teams can match. Jude Bellingham's ability to break defensive lines changes everything. Declan Rice dominates defensive transitions, and Conor Gallagher adds relentless intensity off the ball. England may have the most physically overwhelming midfield at the tournament. Round 2. Control. But creativity means nothing if you can't control games, and this is where Spain becomes terrifying. Because this isn't just possession, it's control. With Rodri dictating tempo, Pedri manipulating pressure, and Martin Zubimendi quietly controlling transitions. Spain remains the gold standard of midfield control. Their possession isn't passive, it's strategic. Every sequence slows the opponent down, while giving Spain complete control of the match. France, however, approaches midfield very differently. France doesn't want slow control, France wants chaos. They absorb pressure, then explode forward in seconds. With players like Tchouaméni, N'Golo Kanté, Rabiot, and Zaire Emery, France may have the highest athletic ceiling of any midfield at the tournament. Young, physical, explosive. Spain controls matches, France controls moments. Round 3. Defensive power. World Cups become brutal in knockout football, and eventually every midfield must defend. Midfielders who stand out for their defensive prowess in World Cups are the so-called destroyers or holding midfielders, who became legends for their ability to intercept passes, tackle, and protect the defense. This is where England and France separate themselves physically. Declan Rice covers enormous ground. Tchouaméni destroys transitions. And Federico Valverde of Real Madrid and Uruguay may be the most complete two-way midfielder in international football. But statistically, Portugal's midfield presses more aggressively than almost every major nation. They may not look physically dominant, but Portugal's midfield works relentlessly out of possession. Their intensity without the ball allows them to recover possession quickly and launch attacks before defenses can reset. Round 4. Technical quality. Then comes the hardest category to measure, pure technical quality. And honestly, this might be where Brazil enters the discussion. Brazil's midfield plays with rhythm, improvisation, movement, creativity under pressure. And unlike most international systems, Brazil still allows freedom in midfield. With players capable of escaping pressure in tight spaces, Brazil remains one of the most unpredictable teams in world football. But technically, Spain may still be unmatched. Few teams manipulate pressure like Spain. The way they create passing angles, rotate positions, and control tempo still makes them one of the most sophisticated midfield systems in football. Round 5. Depth. A great midfield isn't just about starters, it's about depth, and this is where England becomes frightening. England can rotate world-class midfielders without losing intensity. Few national teams can match that level of physical depth and tactical flexibility. But Spain's chemistry may still be superior, Portugal's balance may still be cleaner, and France still possesses the most explosive physical profile. And there are still elite midfields we haven't fully explored. Argentina, the defending champions, still bring experience, chemistry, and control through players like Alexis McAllister, Enzo Fernandez, and Rodrigo de Paul. They may not dominate physically, but few international midfields understand tournament football better. Final verdict. So, who actually has the best midfield at the 2026 World Cup? If we're talking about control, Spain may still be the benchmark. If we're talking about physical dominance, England and France stand above everyone. If we're talking about balance, Portugal may quietly be the most complete midfield unit in the tournament. And if we're talking about chemistry and experience, Argentina still belongs in the conversation. But if football history teaches us anything, it's this: World Cups are never won on paper. So now the real question is, which midfield would you trust in a World Cup semi-final? Spain, England, Portugal, France, Brazil, Argentina?